we've got Illumination Valiant versus Rawr Gold. The Dens. Chaz fishing for honor. Grim Lobo. Grim.
Whoops.
I do not
Whoops.
cowardice.
Yeah. Hey.
It started a big band, so.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are going to have Illumination Valiant on the blue side versus Rawr on the red side.
Yeah, we see Vel'Koz and Pled coming out on the blue side. Vel'Koz are understandable, very strong team fighter. Pled, I don't know, maybe that's a bit of research. A pocket pick coming out. Darius, very strong, very understandable man. Victor, probably a pocket man as well. And Nivea, very strong in team fights. I've seen Nivea's actually flex to the bot lane, so maybe that's a bit of an issue as well. Malzahar coming out, very strong lane, very strong pick potential as well. And now we see the first round of picks coming out. We see an on first pick, very strong top laner. Lot of damage, very tanky. Very all-around champion, very good. Has his ult very good for picks as well as team fighting.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what the what Illumination will be trying to pick for.
We see an immediate counter pick with the Fiora. Fiora, one of the champions that is able to duel on at all stages of the game.
The Shaco.
Also a Shaco, interesting. Ignite Smite that we see right now, very common with Shacos. Could be looking to do a little cheesy counter jungling, maybe a level 2 gank, very early.
We're gonna see the Dens on that Misfortune.
Yeah, Misfortune.
Gotten some pretty good success with that left open for him.
Yeah, I enjoy watching Misfortune's laning phase. You know, everybody thinks of Misfortune as this this one note type of just ultimate team fights character. Misfortune has a very tricky laning phase to deal with for the enemy. They can't just stick to their usual hide behind minions because they could end up getting double up and crit for half their health.
Yeah. So so Illumination definitely going for that team fighting comp. We see the Braum and the Misfortune in that bot lane.
Yeah, I do enjoy the very clear direction that they're going with this team comp.
Yeah, and so the Lulu coming out trying to counter out some of that damage, I guess, and maybe get that CC off on the Misfortune whenever she is using that ult.
Yeah, we see a Kindred ban coming out. That's interesting. I don't think Kindred would even fit well into that enemy team comp.
Yes, I definitely agree with that, but you know why? It's because Fishing for Honor did hover that Kindred before locking in that Braum. So that's definitely why that came out, for sure.
Ooh, something we didn't consider is if this Braum is going in the mid lane to funnel a jungler.
Yeah, and actually, you know what they did? A team versus SKT put him It was really weird. Like the AD took Smite, and like the jungler picked Braum. It was a really weird matchup, but it definitely worked. So if we do see a gold funneling maybe onto that misfortune, yes, but that's definitely something to look for.
See an Oriana coming out. Oriana is a good band team fighter, doing well with this comp.
Yes, for sure. The Kai'Sa pick.
Yeah. I find it strange that the blue team decided to pinch the ADC pool but did not ban the Kai'Sa, opted instead to ban the Tristana, which is not very strong right now despite getting some buffs in this recent patch. Also the Ezreal, which is one of the preferable picks right now, so that's understandable.
Ooh, the Rise.
Yeah, Rise, allowing for some repositioning, some sneaky flanks as well.
I wonder if you can use like the Rise ult to teleport the Misfortune ult. I don't know how effective that would be, but that's just I don't know. I feel like that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we might see some interesting things come on. The Rise pick, however, does eliminate the Braum mid, so that's a Braum support, and they round out their comp with a Warwick. I'm liking this comp a lot. The Warwick, not the beefiest of front lines, but definitely good for picks if the game comes down to that. Good at diving back lines as well.
Yes, definitely. They've got some good synergy, and some great pick potential with that with the Warwick ult and the follow up with the concussive blows, the Rise prism. Yeah.
And we see Talia coming out to round out the red side comp.
That's a Talia mid? Whoa!
Yeah, seems a bit strange to see a Talia mid these days.
Alrighty.
So something interesting, we don't see any TPs coming in for the mid laners. They look to probably duke it out in lane and probably need that heal for emergencies.
You know what is strange? Both the Braum and the Misfortune are holding heal right now. I don't know if I'm lagging or.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as well on my end. I wonder if Braum has some plan here. Oh no, switch is exhaust at the last minute. Yeah.
Last second switch, you got it.
Yeah. Quite frankly, I have to say I'm a big fan of the blue side comp right now.
Yeah, Illumination does look like they do have that better go for the team fights, but no built-in grievous wounds for that big Fiora heal if she can get that off for the Lulu ulti.
Yeah, but we'll see. Everyone can build it relatively easily. One could just sit on a Bramble Vest early, so can Warwick. Rise gets that Morellonomicon probably third after he finishes his big mana items, the Seraph's Embrace and the Rod of Ages. We may even see him go for the Abyssal Mask, having to deal with some AP. Because that Kai'Sa is probably going to go AP as well.
Yeah, to team up with that Talia.
Yeah.
Shaco could go AP. So they do have some flex around with that. Maybe if Kai'Sa gets like super ahead, she can rush like a Storm Razor or something.
Yeah. The red side comp does have a lot of options, but I think they require a lot of finesse and a bit more skill oriented than the setup vision and team fight comp that I feel the blue side team wants to go for.
Yes, for sure. Illumination definitely going to be grouping up early to try and play with their power spikes and their team fight potential.
Yeah, we could see some some flashy ganks from the Talia once she has her ult. Some interesting paths from the Shaco jumping over walls with Invis. I think a big thing to look out for is that Fiora split push. I don't think anybody will be able to 1v1 her if she gets not even gets ahead but manages to stay even.
Yeah, for sure. And She's taking that TP, and so is Talia. So good global presence from for both teams.
Yeah. So path-wise, I'd like to see the Shaco just immediately take red gank. Because Warwick, we know, has good ganks, but not at level 2. He needs his Q, which is the bite, and the W, which is the blood scent. So yeah, I'd like to see the Shaco do that while the Warwick kind of focuses on securing Scuttle, because I don't think the Shaco will be able to outduel the Warwick, even with that Ignite early.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I wonder if either team is gonna go for some early skirmishes, or maybe like split and take a buff uncontested or something.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. As we said in the bot lane, we need to, Tyson needs to be very careful not to just stand behind minions without, keeping her wits about her. Because those double ups hurt.
Yeah, these double ups do hurt, and Lulu considered a like a mage support more than a tank, but she definitely does not have the heal. So if she is going to be, she does have that shield though, so we'll have to see if she can get those shields off in time for Kai'Sa to farm and maybe walk in and out of position to be double shotted by that misfortune.
Yeah, also these shields need to be a bit more clutch because of the changes to shields recently.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, the shield duration going down from 6 seconds to 2.5, which was a big hit. You can't just drop a shield anymore and have it, have like 0 downtime on shields anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Nothing weird coming out in the runes, I don't think.
Doesn't appear. So Fiora Conqueror. I'm not really a big fan of Conqueror and Fiora because.
But she will be trying to go for those extended trades on the Ornn though, because like you pointed out earlier, that is a decent counter pick in the top lane.
Yeah, but Fiora does a bunch of true damage anyways, so I like to see something like Grasp or even Klepto coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Grasp,
right.
She could get some healing in lane and beef herself up a bit.
So the game is about to start. We're kind of waiting for it, and here we are on the Summoner's Rift. We have Illumination on the blue side and Rawr on the red side. This should be an interesting game. Nonetheless, nothing too strange coming out in the early items. But the blue team looks like they're going to be walking all 5 down in that jungle. Looks like they are probably going to be going for that invade. The red team, if you notice, is a little bit late to come out of base, so if the blue team did want to do something.
Blue team taking advantage of that Braum pick, which is very, very strong in early invades.
Kai'Sa is going to be able to catch that invade. A ward is dropped, and actually it will stay there, and there's another one in the jungle as well.
Yeah, a lot of wards went down for this. Not a lot of value on those wards because you kind of know where they are already.
Yeah, for sure. Talia trying to get some poke damage off. No catch. Rise is sort of split, and Ornn's going to be backing. He probably will be using that TP, but that blue buff does look like it'll be going over to Warwick uncontested, although he did take a decent amount of damage, poke damage from that Talia Q.
Yeah, he'll heal right back up. He's not too concerned about it. As we predicted, we see Shaco go in for the red buff first.
Yeah, and actually, since the bot lane didn't have to leash, I do expect that this Kai'Sa will try and get ahead in bot lane before the Misfortune and Braum get back.
Yeah, Kai'Sa, one of those ADCs with some good wave player with a Q.
Yes, for sure.
I'm looking at Shaco right now to see if he wants to go for any, cheesy ganks.
Does look
No,
like he's going to be
just
going for that
hesitate.
blue. He did get spotted by that ward. Fiora, though, doing some decent amount of damage to the Ornn in the top lane, looking for that last passive. No, she's not going to go for it, taking a little bit too much minion damage there, but she does seem to be okay. Warwick
Yeah,
is
Ornn-
still... Sorry.
Ornn with that grasp gives as good as he takes. So, you need to be a bit more careful with those top lane trades.
Yes, yes, for sure. Shaco, though, in that top side jungle, in Warwick's jungle, completely uncontested right now, because Warwick is still hovering around that bot side. Did pick up that Scuttle Crab, though. Some decent poke damage onto that Kai'Sa. Looks like Shaco might be going for a cheesy gank up top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right now
he's
there's-
invisible in. Ornn will be in the bush. The box will not find him, but he did have to burn that flash to get out.
Yeah, that's something I like to see. Just try to at least burn summoners and ganks and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if this Shaco will be heading back top soon to try and take advantage of that of the flashless Ornn.
Yeah,
Well, Fiora, though, she's going to be going for some big damage with her Q. Ornn is very low on HP. Nothing else going to go for that one, though.
Yeah, this one needs to be a bit more careful. Pay a little bit more respect for the field.
I think he is a level behind. I think he ended up walking back to base after backing like after that invade, which was I think he is a little bit behind in experience already. He is down in CS on top of that.
Yeah, even if the mark is at the back of you and you think you're safe, you still flash Q and hit that mark and do a ton of damage.
I do like the Fiora back right there, but she did TP back, and I don't think she needed to. The wave was pretty pushed in top, decent damage coming bot, but I don't know. I feel like that TP definitely could have been used more effectively, although it will pressure Ornn to, and he will not. It'll be a little bit harder for him to catch up now.
Yeah, I agree, but in these early stages, you kind of focus on your own priority. I guess she doesn't want to stack up a huge minion wave, and so she doesn't have to trade inside a huge minion wave.
Yeah, but the Ornn trying to go in on that Fiora does miss the W on his pillar, so then there was no knock-up. Huge damage. I don't think that was going to be a kill. The camera angle did change on me. Fiora going in, but the shield for Ornn, but that's going to be first blood going over to the Fiora in the top lane solo kill, but here comes Warwick. Fiora does burn that flash, but she was still caught by that Warwick Q in a trade kill. Shaco looking for that gank on the bot lane, but he was spotted by a ward.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about that top lane. Fiora could always go in because her Q is on such a low. His cooldowns are a bit longer. He needs to play within those windows a bit more.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was a really close fight though, but that shield just popped with that Vital. I'm pretty sure that Vital was facing Fiora, which was really unlucky for Ornn.
Yeah, that was rough. We see a bit, not too significant of a CS lead coming out from lane.
The Misfortune does have a little bit more minions to hit, but I'm pretty sure this bot lane has been pushing in a decent amount, so that's probably why she is a little bit back in CS. But looks like that Kai'Sa will try and get back. Yeah, she'll be fine. For sure. So I wouldn't, and she isn't taking TP, so she will have to back that. That gives the blue team the opportunity to push that out. But in the top lane, Fiora going for another big skirmish. Ornn is taking a lot of damage, but Fiora taking a decent amount of minion damage as well. That trade is pretty even. Ornn's going to W out of that one, since all of his cooldowns are low, as you were saying before, Bofum.
Yeah, in that initial trade, the Fiora decided to queue in before Mark appeared. So a bit hasty on the engages there. I'd like to see a bit more efficiency out of these champions.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she is doing well. She does have that solo kill, but she did die to that trade. Warwick looks like he's going to be invading for that blue. Just decent vision. Actually, Fiora's going in on that Ornn. Ornn is very low, not going to be able to fall. He did use that W to get out, so there will be no re-engage. But if you look on your map, Shaco is approaching that Warwick. does drop the smite. Warwick should be fine to get out, no problem. Another good invade,
also
trade
a level
invade.
advantage.
With that, he does have that level advantage. Rise not going to be able to find that Q, so not a whole lot of damage on that Talia. Nothing too crazy happening in that mid lane. Decent farming lane.
We can't really be too hard on mechanical mistakes.
Oh my god, that double shot did a lot of damage. It didn't even kill the minion.
You know, we talked about it.
Shaco might be looking for a gank on the Rise. That bush is warded. Actually, no, he's just going to be going to clear that pink ward. Warwick's buffs... See, here's the problem with that early invade as well. Both of Warwick's buffs are coming up at the same time, and Shaco is sitting at his red, and Warwick is nowhere near. But
yeah, I think
it looks
Warwick...
like... Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, I think Warwick should have prioritized securing his red buff so he could have the two different buffs. Maybe just get some vision on his blue and go to it after. But Shaco completely ignoring the red buff though. Maybe he wants to go for a gank.
Yeah, he did delay that red buff to try and go for that gank, but he was spotted by that pink ward, and the Braum Misfortune did back up to try and to stop him. Misfortune is 6, but Braum, we're still waiting for that. Kaisa also is 6, but Kaisa's taking a lot of poke damage from those double shots.
Yeah, you absolutely need to keep your wits about you.
The Rise though, with the flash snare on the Talia, followed by the Warwick ult, and that's going to be a clean kill going over to the Warwick in the mid lane. Talia not even going to use that flash to try and get out. She is going to be respawning soon. Doesn't have that TP to get back in lane though, so she is going to lose a lot on that death.
Yeah, I like that gank, knowing that the TP would be down, and even if they could just burn the flash, but she knew she was dead to right, so didn't even bother.
Yeah, there was no getting out of that. That Warwick did still have flash. However, we do have to recognize that Rise did use his flash to get the snare off, and the Talia does still have the flash, but Warwick coming in for the gank bot lane, the double ults from the Misfortune and the Braum, able to pick up that clean kill on the Lulu. Actually, Braum not even able to find an assist on that. She died so quickly.
Yeah, just uses ult to kind of cut off path up the lane.
Yeah, it makes it really hard for. It makes it impossible for Lulu to get out of that one.
Yeah, I'd like to think he did that instead of just missing him.
I think the ult did hit Kaisa, and Kaisa was pretty low, so she had to dip set out of that. But a huge trade from Fiora. She is doing so much damage to this Ornn. Ornn has that Ninja Tabby and a Chain Vest already, and he is just getting annihilated.
Yeah, you know, that's the problem with true damage. You can build all the armor you want.
Yes, for sure. Maybe he should have been looking for maybe a more health-like build, or like the health items.
I'd like to have seen Bami Cinder help out his player a little bit. Also give him some help to deal with the true damage stacking.
Yes, this Fiora still trying to play. She is out of mana. Ornn does drop the ultimate. It will find onto Fiora, but nothing else going to come from that. I think it was just to protect himself from the potential dive, because Fiora could have, I guess. I don't know. She's pretty low, but Warwick in the mid lane. Talia is going to use that flash this time, but the Fear will still catch Shaco, sorry, in that lane, trying to stop, trying to keep that Talia alive. Not going to be able to find the help that she needs though.
Yeah, Rise being a good guy donated that kill to his already.
Yeah, that Warwick is getting really fed, but in the bot lane, Lulu might be caught. She does still have the flash, but she flashes in and knocks up the Misfortune. Misfortune did have to flash out, but a huge fear coming from Warwick. That Shaco will fall, but TP is coming in from both the Rise and the Fiora. Fiora I'm not sure what she was trying to do there, but she is going to fall for that. She did use the flash as well, and Lulu running away. That's going to be a kill over to Rise. And the blue team should have eyes on the dragon after that one.
Yeah, a bit strange from the red team there. Lulu flashing in to ult while she had Shaco in the middle of the team already.
Yeah.
Fiora TP in it, you know, she's winning her lane. She you know, has a bit of confidence about herself. But she can't 1v3 right there. Fiora is the grand duelist for a reason.
Yes, for sure. Maybe had Lulu held that ult or used it on Shaco to keep herself from not being in the middle of that, or held the ulti for the Fiora whenever she wanted to jump in and try and kill the Misfortune, it could have gone a little better.
A bit of a disparity between the ADCs right now. We see Misfortune sitting on two components of either Duskblade or Yuumu's Ghostblade, but those give very good stats. They give armor pen, well, lethality, as well as cooldown reduction. And however, we see Kai'Sa sitting only on a return bow and some AD from that pickaxe. Not really a lot she could do.
Yes, but in that bot fight now, we just saw the gank coming in from that Shaco. They were able to find the kill onto the Lulu, but the Misfortune did end up falling to a lot of damage. But Talia now, running from a huge 3-man gank, drops the slope. But oh my god, the Warwick ult will find onto Talia, or picking up that kill with his ulti. Beautiful play coming out from the blue team to trade for that play in the bot lane.
Yeah, that was good, excellent from the Warwick. He used his ult to get the ability to not be disabled from the Talia pushback.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, with that bot lane, I do not think that the red team had vision of that bush, and that's why the Shaco was able to come in and find the damage and the catch onto Misfortune.
Yeah, also Misfortune didn't have ult, so there was very little chance of turning around that fight.
Yeah. Decent play coming out from the red team, trying to scrap this game back together. The scoreline is 9-2 in favor of the blue team, and they are up almost 4k gold at the moment. Fiora doing everything she can, but she is starting to lose trades. Actually, that trade was okay, but Ornn is starting to win these trades in the top lane, just based on the fact that he was able to stay top, because he didn't have that TP for that fight, and Fiora did die without getting anything, so he is all caught up, maybe even a little bit ahead.
Yeah, we see that Bami Cinders coming in, as well as an additional Ruby Crystal, helping him deal with that true damage a little bit.
Yeah, he is going to be building that Sunfire cape with the blue team. Braum and Misfortune trying to find something in on the Kai'Sa and the Lulu, but not going to be able to. Braum did miss the Winter's Bite, so he wasn't able to go in. But that double shot damage, Lulu is half HP from 1 Q. That is damage. Ornn looking for a dive onto the Shaco, not going to be able to find anything, but this bot by Lulu is very low. She will fall. The exhaust is dropped on the Kai'Sa, and so is the Braum's ulti, and that's going to be a double kill going over to Misfortune. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Fiora did show up, so they were not able to dive the Shaco. I don't know why I want to keep calling him Fiddlesticks. The Shaco is fine, and a little bit of skirmishes going on in the mid lane, but nothing too crazy down there.
Yeah, that's what I like to see from the Misfortune lane. They did secure first tower from that as well. A nice bit of pocket change for the bot lane there. That's what I like to see from Misfortune lanes, Don't just go for all-ins with your ult. Set it up, poke them down with your double up.
Yeah, for sure. It was a very nice play in the bot lane. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's fine, bro.
So now the blue team's bot lane is roaming into that mid lane. Looks like they're going to be trying to focus down a little bit more objectives. Oh my god, that double shot on Lulu. She is 50% HP, less than 50% HP from that. That is ridiculous damage. She is 3-1 sitting on that Duskblade already. Warwick is in that bush. I think that ward outside the bush saw him go in, but so they are playing safe of him. Ornn, though, looking for that play in the top lane. Fiora did engage, winning that trade. Actually, Fiora is very low. Will she be able to get out of this one? Ornn does have that ulti, drops the ulti, and it will almost be a kill. Ornn walks into that parry, and Fiora is fine to get out, but Ryze ulting, trying to pick up that kill. The Warwick is there with him. Warwick super fast, able to find that kill. Shaco now might be a little overextended here, does drop the ulti, but he did reveal which one was him. Warwick is very low, but he ulted the clone. But he will be fine, and so will Shaco, so nothing else going to come from that. But meanwhile, the mid lane, the bot was able to keep pushing on that tower. Talia is back to try and stop them, and that minion wave is spinning out, but that tower should be fine. But the top lane, Rift Herald was spawned up in that top lane, so that's going to be top tower going down. And that mid tower is very, very low. They're going to want that for sure.
Yeah, I think they should have saved the Rift Herald for the inner turret, because that top tower was really low to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. Orton, though, looking for that dive, was not able to find the knockup with his W. So he's going to actually have to flash out of that, and the Rift Herald will be taken down. But Talia walling off 2 of the members. Rise stuck on the other side of that wall, not able to help out that Orton too much. He will fall to the Fiora. Now the rest of the team is chasing down that Rise. That's a flash from Fiora and a follow-up flash from Rise to get away. He should be fine if he doesn't overextend, and that tower is now going to fall to the blue team. So all outer towers are now taken for that blue team. The flash coming in from Warwick, but he's going to get polymorphed immediately. That Misfortune ult not able to find what it needed. She did have to flash to get out of some of that damage. The blue team now trading 1 for 1, but Misfortune is out of mana. She's going to be running for her life. Everybody's very low. That polymorph is down, and that's going to be a kill going over to the Lulu. The Orn, I don't know if that was... Yeah, I don't know if that Orn TP was late or if it was like just not up yet, but had Orn TP'd a little earlier, I think that fight could have gone really, really well for the blue team.
Yeah, we see a classic case of overstaying with regards to the blue team there. I'm sure they were sitting on a bunch of gold. They just took down two turrets.
Yeah,
I think once they spend that gold, we'll see how much different teams like.
And that Misfortune ulti was, to me, it just did not seem very good. She was able to zone people out, but she was not able to find the damage that she needs to be putting down at the lead that she's.
Yeah. Also, her positioning allowed her to be opened up a flank from the Fiora, which you need to always be wary of.
Yeah, for sure. They do not have a whole lot of vision in that jungle area, so when the flank came in, they probably had no idea.
Yeah. We see 2 pink walls in that top quadrant from the red team. You know, they expect a lot more fights to be going on there. As we see, the blue team does secure an Ocean Drake. Ocean Drake? What's your thoughts on Ocean Drake in the mid game?
I honestly, I really like the Ocean Drake, but Fiora looking for that kill on the Orange. She is decently low, but she is going to be able to find that Force Vital, and now Orange's going to be running for his life. This should be a kill over to Fiora. Beautiful play coming up from Fiora. It looked like she was going to lose, but she was able to find that last Vital and get that heal off. But Warwick is here hunting her down, but the rest of the red team is trying to save her. Lulu, will he be able to get the ult off? Yes, and the Fiora is fine. Warwick trying to run now. The rest of the blue team is nowhere to be found, so he will need to run, but he is safe for sure.
Yeah, I think after that 1v1, I think On should be thinking to himself that he needs to get some grievous work, so a Bramble Vest might be coming in for him soon. Looks like he wants to finish his Iceborne Gauntlet first.
Yeah, and it looks like the blue team's bot is still trying to focus down that mid tower, while the Rise with that TP is splitting up in the top lane, trying to get that last tower down as well. Jacko not looking to stop those backs. He doesn't want any of that.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So we're gonna see a pretty hefty CS lead now in the bottom lane. It's about 20 CS, and she is up almost an entire, or actually she is up an entire item on the Kaisa, sorry, the Misfortune.
Yeah, Kaisa doesn't have any evolutions yet. I think we'll see those 2 daggers turn into a Stinger.
Yes, most likely. That's what we have been seeing around the LCS as well. The
AP Kaisa is very interesting because the W and the passive is magic damage, but the Q, which also has an AP scaling, does physical damage. So it's very hard to itemize against, and it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, she's going to be looking like Misfortune earlier this game.
Yeah.
With those double shot half health on the Lulu. That's insane amount of damage. Absolutely ridiculous. But she did fall behind a little bit. She did lose some of that lead whenever she died in that top skirmish. I don't imagine she's doing that much. But Orn now did find that Fiora. He's going to be running for his life. Decent trade going out. Decent damage, rather, going out on to the Orn. But nothing else coming from that.
Yeah, I think that's the what we'll keep seeing until he builds some grievous wounds.
Yeah, for sure. The blue team is up 5k, sorry, yeah, 5k gold. They have double the red team's kills, but Shaco looking for a flank play on the Misfortune. Doesn't get that auto attack off though, and knocked up by the Braum, and huge damage coming out from the Misfortune. All is able to find that kill, and even more damage onto the Talia. That's going to be a double kill, and most likely a triple kill onto the Lulu. She does flash, not going to be able to get out, and the Fiora fails her Q over that wall, so that's going to be a kill going over to the Warwick, and now Kaisa getting caught up by the Rise stun, but the concussive blow stun not going to be there. So she is okay, but she did have to use both her heal and her flash.
Yeah, very different story. That's Misfortune. Positioned herself perfectly so she could get both the Shaco and the Shaco clone. Maybe she didn't know which one it was and wanted to get both at the same time. So, an excellent position from her.
Yes, excellent position from the entire blue team as well. In general, that Braum able to block a whole lot of damage and did knock up both the Shaco clones as well. I feel like that could have gone a little bit differently had Shaco used that Q, like that bonus auto attack damage off of that Q.
Yeah,
Because,
I agree.
Like as soon as he came out of that Q, he dropped his box and then used his R. So he lost out on a whole bunch of that damage because Misfortune was able to reposition herself to be looking at Shaco, so it minuses out the backstab damage, and like she was able to get away from him entirely in general.
Yeah, absolutely. We see some mechanical misplays coming out here. You know, I don't like to harp on those too much, but usually, sometimes they show a kind of lack of focus, maybe a bit of tilt.
Yes, indeed, but we could see maybe a throw coming out. The blue team was able to pick up that inner tower on the top side, so it's a question now, do they want to get that last inner bot tower or focus down that Baron? Because if they go for that inner tower on the bot side, that gives the red team the opportunity to try and take that Baron, so I'm curious to see how that will play out.
Yeah, we see Kaisa also delaying her Nashos to pick up Executioner's calling. You know, maybe actually not really sure why she did that, because the Warwick isn't really the Warwick's healing isn't the biggest issue right now, I would say. I think Kaisa needs to prioritize her items and her spikes.
Yeah, for sure. However, the Warwick is pretty low, like HP-wise, right now, just off the bat. But Orn flashing in and able to knock up two in choke point. The ulti from Misfortune doing a huge amount of damage. Not going to be able to find a kill with it, but does pick up the kill with her double shot. Sorry, and the Kai'Sa was picked up by the Warwick ulti on the backside as well. And now the blue team is going to be looking at that third dragon, the Infernal Dragon. That is huge for the blue team and so bad for the red team. The Fiora was topside and they just got caught out by that beautiful Orn knockup and choke.
Yeah, we've seen 3 different dragons this game. That usually doesn't feel too good, but you know, an Inferno always feels good.
Yeah, an Infernal always feels great. Now the blue team does look like some of them are trying to push down that tower. It shouldn't fall quite yet. The Braum and the Misfortune are clearing waves in that mid lane, and Orn is in that top, answering to the Fiora split push. She wasn't able to get that tower either, which is so bad for the red team. And
yeah.
So it looks like the blue team is trying to prioritize the Baron. They're clearing wards in and around there, and they're getting some vision down. And Warwick and Rise leaving that bot lane.
Yeah, I'd like to see the red team doesn't actually have a lot of wards.
Oh, but Lulu actually is about to get caught. That's a lot of damage. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah, you know, we gotta talk about these yordle style. Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more vision denial. So everybody get some control wards back. You see, I think 2 control wards out from the blue team. When you're ahead, that's the time to start starving vision.
Yeah, for sure. And they're going to be looking to get that Baron while Rise is pushing waves in that mid. I wonder if the blue team is going to try and take this top to try and get that top tower, mid to try and get that in-hit tower, or bot to try and get that lowly last inner tower.
I think we'll just see everybody back. Get some gold.
No, where are they gonna go now? Looks like Ornn is probably gonna go bot for that split push, while the rest of the blue team will probably try and get that mid inhibitor. I guess.
Yeah, that seems like the clear play right now. That inhib will open up the map completely. The Ornn has TP, so he could be off in any lane he wishes.
And when if the blue team is sieging mid while he's close to that tower, Ornn can actually get that ulti off from
absolutely
without having to TP. Right? Maybe drop the ulti, throw it out, and then TP in.
Yeah.
But it looks like the blue team actually is going to be sitting in this bot lane 5 strong just to get this last tower down.
Yeah, I guess they thought that's where they had the biggest wave, and they want to push with a big wave. That's understandable.
Yeah, for sure. They do have that huge wave. That bot tower is going to fall for sure, for free. That Rise is in the mid lane, sending waves into that open inhibitor. The red team does have to remember that that inhibitor is open, and now they're going to be splitting up a little bit. Actually, Rise might be caught here by the Fiora. Actually, that is a lot of damage coming out from the Rise, able to pick up that kill on the Fiora. Meanwhile, the blue team in the bot lane, able to pick up that inhibitor tower and the inhibitor. Warwick going in. The Kaisa did have to flash away. Warwick did flash after, not going to be able to find the last custom blow to get that stun off. The Misfortune ulti does pick up the kill on the Lulu. The Rise flashes to get that snare off, but Kaisa is fine, but the blue team is pushing down that last Nexus tower, and that should be GG for Illumination Illumination Valiant. Yes, that is game.
That was actually an impressive game from them. Very clean. Overstayed probably once or twice, but managed to dust it off and just say, you know what, we're ahead. We know we're ahead. We're just gonna be play to our power spikes, play to our strengths, which is grouping, and they did one off of that.
They did play off their team very well. That was a rather clean game. They had only lost 1 tower, and they were up about 16k gold at the end of that. That was massive. I want to see the damage charts on that Misfortune. Misfortune and Warwick, both 9 kills each. That Misfortune was 7k gold ahead of the person in second.
Yeah, something I like to also look at is damage done per gold earned. If you stack those two up, you see a nice little comparison there. Misfortune had a DPG of about 1.5, which is impressive, especially when you're ahead like that. So yeah, Misfortune is. Who would you give the MVP to this game?
I would probably say the Warwick. The Warwick and the Misfortune, I don't know, the Braum did a really good job of peeling the Misfortune, using her ulti very well throughout the game. Even that one that I was saying, did zone out the fight rather well, although her positioning wasn't great. But the Warwick was able to get that early lead and snowball all of the lanes except for mid.
Yeah.
And so I think I would have to give the MVP to Warwick.
I agree. He did a very good job being proactive and shutting down the shackle, which can be very cheesy, and can kind of take over a game actually, but he prevented that very well.
All right, well, that was game 1 of the Bronze Silver League. The game goes over to Illumination Valiant versus Rawr. Match 2 will be starting in about 10 minutes, and we'll see you there.
Just mute the stream.